Mayor, Mayor, can't you see?
Mayor, Mayor, can't you see?
What your budget would do to me?
What your budget would do to me? It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and protect each other.
We must love and protect each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chance.
It would defund schools. It would defund sanitation. It would defund homeless services. It would defund our public. People like us who have been blamed, castigated, and denounced for every manner of problems. Corporate Democrat loses a congressional seat.
Run, crawl, whatever we gotta do to Albany and let them know that we are not gonna take it, sit it down. Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right.
We're here to respond to Mayor Adams' preliminary budget, which we say is an austerity budget. And that is a fancy way of saying a budget that reduces and or eliminates critical economic and social supports for poor and working New Yorkers.
We need to make sure we let the mayor know that $100 billion should be invested in the things that we need. And what do we need? We need dignified housing. We need health care. We need our young people to have the services that they deserve.
What they're doing to our communities, in my opinion, is attempted murder. We saw what happened in the Bronx with the Bronx Fire, and many of those instances are happening throughout the 5 boroughs. I get complaints of people having electrical fires because they have the same exact space heaters that the victims in the Bronx had when the fire broke out. It is the landlord's obligation to do right by its tenants and do right by our black and brown folks in our communities.
Eviction is cruel.
Yes.
Eviction is violent.
Yes.
Eviction is traumatic.
Yes.
If public safety is top priority for Mayor Adams, then public safety should begin with addressing and providing more housing production and rental assistance.
Thank you.
When we are traversing crisis upon crisis, it requires leadership that recognizes that we need robust and significant investment in marginalized communities. Austerity is not the answer. It is never the answer. Issues such as dignified housing, adequate sanitation service, education, equity, and worker justice are affecting New Yorkers every single day. Students should feel safe in their schools. They shouldn't feel as if they are prisoners. When students walk into schools, they should be met with healing-centered approach, trauma-informed approach, teachers who are well-equipped and trained to handle these students who are going in and out of shelters, students who are suffering from food insecurity, housing insecurity.
We need a budget that funds universal child care, senior services, summer youth employment program, a budget that funds health care, education, housing, everything you've heard about today. But is that what we have?
No.
Why isn't he listening to our children? Why isn't he listening to our families? If our families don't have homes, if our families don't have food, if our families don't have resources and services, how are they supposed to be uplifted in their communities?
The people's plan is to end solitary confinement. It is not the state's plan, it's not the mayor's plan, it's not the governor's plan. It is the people's plan to end solitary confinement.